everybody. So I've made it from Ohio out to Hurricane, Utah. Just look at this. I know we got the fisheye thing going, and I'm a little bit a ways away. I'm on 9 East, heading over towards Zion, about 20 miles away. But you know, I spent a considerable amount of time in Arizona and New Mexico, and never really ventured up here, and I don't know why. This is just absolutely spectacular scenery, even with some crappy weather. It's really unlike anywhere I've ever been. The climbing, the descents and the roads, I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. So my plan was to hike Angel's Canyon or Angel's Landing at Zion, and right now I'm looking at a winter storm warning of 3 to 5 feet in the upper elevations. Where I'm at right now, I really haven't even begun to ascend to where that's an issue. My trip will take me over to Bryce Canyon after Zion, and Bryce is under snow right now. Zion and a bit north of it are not. It's still just rain here, and it's on and off. It's not miserable. No thunder and lightning, anything like that. So I'm gonna make my way over. I'm gonna evaluate this hike. If it turns out to be a really bad plan, which it's suggested it would be, even with wet surfaces on the sandstone, I will probably reattempt it on Tuesday when I come back. I'm now in Springdale. Starting to see some of the formations around Zion. This canyon is just unbelievable, and unfortunately you can't fully appreciate it. I mean, you can, but with the cloud cover and the fog going on here. But this is, I mean, this is unlike anything I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of desert country when I lived out west, but this is just spectacular. I don't know that I'd want to look at this every day, but there's a reason why this is pretty much on anyone's bucket list who's in the national parks. Just absolutely incredible scenery. There's quite a few places you could stay right in Springdale here, and again, if I hadn't had to drive so far from Vegas after my evening, yesterday was so long already, I probably would have just continued on to Springdale, but kind of glad I didn't, just because you really want to drive this during the day. There's just too much to appreciate. And again, I'm trying to capture this the best I can despite the fog, which makes the top of these mountains all the more spectacular. Alright, so here I am at the entrance to Zion National Park. There isn't a bad view in any direction. It is just absolutely amazing. Here's the here's my shitbox car, and here's the main entrance you come to. Absolutely gorgeous. I think I'm gonna have a break from the rain for a little bit, so I'm gonna try to take advantage of this. Wish me luck. Hopefully it holds out. See what happens. Okay, so I talked to the rangers in the visitor center, and we're looking at rain mostly today at Zion, and they said attempting Angel's Landing is going to be no worse in the rain than it would be on a normal dry day. So they were just concerned about there could be ice up towards the summit, and bring traction devices, which I've got in my pack, so I will do that. And I've been a little skeptical of this whole waterproof claim of the GoPro Hero 5. It's definitely going to get wet, so we'll see how well this camera holds up. Should be submersible to 30 feet, so drizzling in the rain all day shouldn't be a problem. So I'm going to make my way further up the canyon road here and get down to business. Okay, so just crossed some foreign folks. Not sure if they were turning around because of weather or they just didn't feel comfortable, but there she is. Majestic and beautiful. The color is just unreal. Even with all the fog, I wouldn't trade this experience for anything. I hope I've got enough memory in this camera to do the whole thing. I did bring another battery, but the way it's explained to me, and from the map reading I did, the lower portion to Scout's Landing is 2.5 miles, and then the hairiest part to the summit is just 3/4 of a mile, but it'll take you that long to ascend all the way up to the summit. And I swear I can see someone up there. Pretty high up, pretty hard to tell, but it's gonna be unreal. According to the ranger, the visitor center, there's probably, she said, about 20 people she knew of. They were going to attempt this today, and I saw a bunch of people in the parking lot over here as I pulled in to the grotto right past Zion Lodge. This isn't too bad. It's this new outer shell I got's keeping me fairly dry. It's not real cold. Probably mid-40s right now. My hands are a little cold, but just from being wet, trying to take pictures. I'm a little nervous about getting my camera out with all the rain. But this is the where it starts to get nice and paved for a little while before it gets crazy. But yeah, all the pictures I've looked at, all the videos I've watched, nothing does this justice. I mean, you gotta be here to experience this. It's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Water level's real high. I see a waterfall kind of emerging out from the side of Angel's Landing there. Some cactus. So here I am, about 1.5 miles in, well, about a mile, I think, into the West Rim here. Starting to think a lot of the cautionary tales about traction is also all the sand eroding off the hills here onto the So yeah, going up the switchbacks here. My car's way out there, and there she goes. You can see where the switchbacks continue, and then go up that way. The altitude changes. A little bit of an adjustment. Haven't gone up this high in altitude in a while. I'll knock the wind out of you real quick, but doing all right. Okay, was not planning on this. It's like the Thunder mountain ride at Cedar Point here. It's for real, so here we go. That was fun. Getting a little cold. So I'm almost underneath that waterfall that when I set out on the trail you can see in the distance right here, and a little bit better view of the switchbacks. It is still raining pretty ferociously here. I found a nice little alcove to hide under. The wind is picked up a bit, so it's kind of drying me off a little bit, but it's funny, you look at people doing this on YouTube and talking about it, and make no mistake, this, especially if you live in a lower elevation, this is quite strenuous, as the park guide says. But you know, every foot you walk up this, you just have to keep going. And this was kind of the one thing I wanted to do in the national parks in Utah, so I'll get up to Scout's Landing and decide if I'll finish it off or not, but so far so good. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know what that's about. Almost looks like a body bag. That's a comforting feeling. So after the first series of switchbacks, kind of levels off with a shallow incline, and this is obviously the stream that's feeding that waterfall. Looking up at in the beginning. This is a nice break from all that climbing. I'm catching my breath and starting to get used to this a little bit. So you kind of level off, work your way into the canyon here, and then comes a little bit more strenuous set of switchbacks. This is actually the base of it, so I'm making the first leg, and then I'll start zigzagging back and forth up the Scout's Landing. So I'm glad I brought another battery. I was talking to a guy from Texas. My battery crapped out here. It's starting to snow quite a bit. So I'm stopping to put yak tracks on. It's starting to get slick here. I don't want to nose dive into a canyon today, so guy I was just talking to from Texas said it really wasn't too bad once you get up here. And I can already tell these yak tracks are going to help out a lot. As you can see, the snow is starting to build up here. It's getting heavier though. I fire right through I go here. So. Alright, so this is it. Holy shit, I can't believe I'm here. Unfortunately, this is absolutely beautiful, but the view is going to absolutely suck of Zion Canyon because of all this damn snow. But right there in front of me, that's where we're going. It's the last half mile. 2 miles in here. And yeah, this is I believe I'm at Scout's Landing here. So a little tricky to tell in this visibility if you're going the right way, which I can see where I'm supposed to be headed now. It's pretty much a natural eroded trail from people walking and eroding the sandstone. Here's my next chain segment. So you can kind of, well, maybe you can't see. That's the summit up there. Which, yeah, this is crazy. So yeah, I believe this is Scout's Landing. This is, there's the summit going right up there. Wow. Crazy. All right. We're gonna do this. Yeah, let's keep doing this. All right. I mean, what do I got to lose here other than my ass? Whew. Absolutely gorgeous. Hope the lens isn't fogging up on this camera. It'd be a real drag to endure all this and not get it on film. I can hear the Virgin River. Can't see a damn thing. In the warmer weather, the chains, you know, you don't even see a lot of people holding on to them. But here we are. Okay, 2 feet wide, 2,000 feet, 2,000 feet. It's pretty awesome. It'd be more awesome if you could actually appreciate how far you would fall. But I've watched enough of that to know. And I have a healthy respect for it right now. So, nice and easy. Just having my first little slip and slide. Right there. But still doing all right here. So close. I actually have one other person behind me. This is an ass kicker when you're not used to it, I'll tell you that. Man, totally worth it. I mean, you know, if you want to climb, if you're not a mountain climber, this is the hike to do. Yeah, like in the summer, that would be ridiculous. Almost there. Here it is. Holy crap. Yeah, I remember this tree here. I always see people walking through in videos.
It's tough when you can't see the rock either.
Yeah. That's amazing.
See, that was the only part that was serious, that last little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
from?
Ohio.
Oh,
You?
Alberta.
Oh, wow. You made a hike too.
Yeah.
Where'd you fly into?
Vegas.
Me too.
It's nice and easy, usually cheaper than anywhere else.
You got it. Yeah, you go into Vegas and go to, like, you know, if you went west, you could do Death Valley,
Oh, yeah.
Yosemite. But what all are you doing while you're out here?
Just maybe we'll probably take a drive up to Bryce Canyon for a day,
Gotcha.
and then back to Vegas for a day.
Yeah, I'm doing,
Looking forward to that.
yeah, I'm doing this, Bryce, Capitol Reef, Arches, Canyonlands, and then back to Vegas.
Oh, wow.
If I make it through all the snow.
Yeah. Exactly. How long are you here for?
Till next Wednesday.
Oh, you're doing all that till next Wednesday?
Yeah.
We're just till next Friday.
Oh, wow.
No, yeah, we get 4 days of hiking and 2 days in Bryce.
Well, this is it.
That's it.
What a view. Well, everyone, I made it, and I can see nothing. But worth every second of the trip up here. All right, so been there, done that, and now comes the fun part. Made a new friend from Canada. She was out here with her mom, and her mom stopped at Scott's Landing. Didn't want to continue. Can't say I blame her. This is totally kick ass, but it's gonna be a fun ride down. Hopefully it's not a fast ride down. So farewell, beloved summit of Angel's Landing, Zion National Park. By far the coolest hike I have ever done in my life. Far from the last. A little slick there. Even with the yak trucks. Awesome. Again. Oh, look. So there we go. Snow's lightening up a little bit. Fog down there is lifted a little bit. Kind of see the road. This is the view that, if the weather was perfect, that you're looking for. The Virgin River going all the way around Angel's Landing. Again, this is still a priceless view, even with the weather. Wow. So peaceful. So peaceful. Oh, man. So there's the valley. There's the valley. I don't know how well you can see this, but there's the Virgin River, and there's the Canyon Scenic Trail. Would have loved to have seen this from up top. I'm really not that far from the top still. Oh, wow. You can see there's the ride over still. Have slid a few times here. I am glad I did this. Again, a lot of people advocate against even thinking about doing this hike if you're carrying gear. In my mind, you can't go wrong being prepared, right? Would definitely not do this in the snow without yak tracks or crampons, or you pretty much kiss your ass goodbye. And even with them, you know, I'm trying to like clear some of the sandstone off. At the same time, I don't want to damage it. It's always a risk from all these people walking up and down here, especially in the summer, and damaging it for future generations. You know, this is such an adrenaline rush that like, again, I'm wearing glove liners. These are not really gloves. I have enough traction on my hands to get the job done, but it's definitely cold, and I'm just so pumped right now. Like, being cold isn't really fazing me a whole lot. My body is not cold, my fingers are all cold. Not cold enough for frostbite or anything, but chilly. All right. Looks like Goldilocks left me a trail of breadcrumbs. There's just really two spots in the snow where the chains go away, and you're like, which way do I go? Again, I'm not recommending anyone do the harness rope thing for the complete safeguard of climbing. Rely more on the chains, but you know, you can't go wrong being strapped in with the slick conditions. Certainly was a great idea. With no traffic on the trail, it wouldn't work in warmer weather, but in warmer weather, I don't think I'd be as concerned with sliding off. So, there's the summit. Just came off the very far edge all the way down here. And here's my favorite part of this whole trail. It's really not the 2.5 foot wide part with drop-offs is the most thrilling part of this, and I couldn't see anything with the cloud layer both sides of me. Now it's cleared up where you can see the Virgin River real well, and the other side of the canyon there. Very, very pretty. Oh, it's just, you know, I waited so long to come here and climb this. You just don't want to leave it. It's just so amazing. I've never been happier outdoors in my entire life than I am right now. But it's, you know, if it was permitted and not completely retarded idea, I would have packed a tent and just camped out up there. Another look back there. Absolutely beautiful.